Look, he's getting a fox. I don't know if y'all can see him or not. He just disappeared in the woods. But anyway, I'm Jeff. Just want to take a few minutes and introduce myself a little bit here, and give you an idea of what we're looking for. This channel is Jeff and Melissa and the Blessed Hell Ride. We bought this bus a couple weeks ago with the intentions of turning it into an RV. Not full-time. She has a full-time job. I have a full-time job. She's a traffic manager at a company running trucks in and out of their company. I own a trucking company. One of the reasons we decided to buy this bus is we do both like to travel, and I get to travel quite a bit, but a lot of places I go to I don't get but just a few minutes to see the place that I'm going through. I've been to about all your major cities in the United States, but I've never had any time to stop and actually enjoy it. Been to all over the country, and there's a lot of places that I would love to be able to stop, but of course in an 18-wheeler you just can't do that. You can, but not for long. Usually you're on a time schedule, or you don't have anywhere to park, and some different variables that come along with it. So we decided to buy this bus here just to give us something that we could actually enjoy together. Not have to sit here and spend a whole lot of money on motels, and because motels are typically hotels. They're typically in a town or a city, and we want to be able to get off the beaten path. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. It's kind of windy here today. Apparently there's a storm coming up out of Florida. We're from North Carolina, so hopefully y'all can hear me. But anyway, we've got a lot of good ideas with this bus. I got it for a really good price. I got it less than how many thousands you can count on one hand. So, and it's a solid bus. I've really went over it really well. The engine in it's a 3126 Cat. It's got an Allison transmission, 2200, which can be put on the TCM and put up to a 6-speed. Right now it's running 5-speed, but it can be bumped up to a 6-speed. I plan on putting a shorter rear end differential in it. Right now it's a 7 something. This bus is set at like 38 mile an hour. So I drove it all the way home from close to Charlotte, North Carolina, about an hour home up the highway doing 38 mile an hour. So it took a little while to get home. But luckily it was yellow, so nobody bothered me. Got a lot of good ideas for this bus. We want to make it, as close to a home away from home as we possibly can. Modern, it's got, like I say, it's got a 3126 Cat with Allison behind it. The engine only has 19,000 miles on it. I didn't know that when I bought it, and I don't think the guy knew it when he sold it. Bought it from a guy who had it sitting at his storage lot along with 8 or 10 other ones that was owned by a charter school, and they were parking them there, and he said they just disappeared. So after, I guess, probably about a year or so, he went through the legal ways of getting the bus in his name and decided to sell them just to recoup the money that he had lost out on the parking fees he was doing. He did have a mechanic come in and do a complete fuel system check to make sure everything was good from where it had been sitting. Put 2 brand new batteries in it, so it fired right up immediately whenever I bought it. Like I say, it's got a 3126 cat crate engine in it with 19,000 miles. It's got new tires. Well, not new tires. It's got about 90% tires all the way around it. We're going to change the wheels on it actually, and I've got a donor truck out back that I retired years ago at Kenworth, and we're actually going to take the wheels off of it and polish them and put them on this one. We haven't really decided what color we're going to paint it yet. That's kind of up in the air. On the inside, our plan is to have a garage on the back, and then in front of the garage will be the master bedroom, and in front of that, coming out of the master bedroom up towards the front of the bus, we plan on having pretty much a full-size shower and bathroom in the left side of the bus coming up out of the bedroom, and then on the right side you'll have a pantry and then the kitchen, and then on up into the living room, on up into the driver's area. A lot of things we're just going to do as we see fit. One of the things we've been kind of tossing back and forth, and y'all will meet Melissa. She's at work today. My truck's in the shop getting routine maintenance done, but y'all will meet her. She's my better half for sure, so we have a lot of fun together, and that's one reason we got this bus, is because we know that we'll have a lot of fun with this bus. But one thing we've been kind of tossing back and forth is on a deck. We both want a deck. I've been thinking about a fold-down deck off the back that you would operate either hydraulically or by winches, and that way it can fold up when it's time to roll down the road. But today we got to thinking, and she would like to have one that slides in and out off the side of the bus. And I think that's a good idea. So behind the wheel well, I think what we're going to wind up doing is we're actually going to make a deck that can utilize the back space behind the wheel wells underneath the bus, where you can actually pull the deck out on either side of the bus. It'll have fold down legs on the front. The back will of course rest on the angle iron or channel, whatever I decide to mount it with. But we wanted it to be where it's going to be, you might pull into a place where you ain't really got a good view on that side. So you can just pull it out to this side, fold the legs down. I plan on putting screw bottom legs on it, something I'll make by putting some nuts up in some square tubing, or maybe even round tubing, whichever, and welding them, and then putting a big threaded rod with some feet on it. And that way, whenever we get to wherever we're going, you can run them down and level the deck out as well. So that's one of the projects we're planning on doing. I've already, got a pretty good start on this thing. I've already taken all the seats out. I've posted a video with my plasma cutter. I see a lot of people struggling to get the seats out because there's nuts on the bottom of the bus, on the bottom of the body, and then the bolt goes up through the seat. And if you ain't got somebody underneath the bus to hold them nuts for you, it's really tough to get them bolts out. So I'm not sponsored by anybody, don't have any. I mean, this is my very first time talking on the telephone. Well, I'm using my phone, and I've literally got a piece of 1.5 inch PVC pipe is what I'm using as my phone holder camera stand that I drove in the ground. And it might be, I can see it shaking a little bit. Y'all might can too. Hopefully that don't affect us too awful much, but I'm kind of rudimentary in things. Never had a YouTube channel or anything like that, but I thought, maybe I can learn some things from people. Maybe some people can learn some things from me. Help each other out in this build. I follow quite a few of these Facebook pages, these Skoolie Facebook pages, and everybody's always got questions, and hopefully we can answer a few questions. Hopefully people can answer a few of our questions. Probably going to be asking quite a few of them actually. So I think this is going to be an enjoyable process. I'm ad-libbing this right now. I don't have a script in front of me or anything. The wind's blowing, the camera's shaking. I mean, like I say, this is us. This is me. This is about as good as you're going to get. Like I say, I don't have a fancy introduction and what have you. And I hope that camera ain't screwing y'all guys, because I can see it rocking back and forth, but I didn't have a steel piece of pipe, or I would put that in the ground instead of a piece of PVC. But anyway, so hopefully y'all will enjoy our videos. Like I say, I don't have a fancy intro or nothing like that. You know, maybe somebody can come on here and tell me how to, you know, make a nice intro into my videos. Right now it's pretty much, I'm going to sit down and talk to you. I'm not going to script it. Most likely I'm not going to edit it. Like I say, this is what you get. If I screw up, I don't try and cover up my screw ups. I own my screw ups, so if you hear me say something that I didn't mean to say, or my words get twisted or something like that, it is what it is. There again, you get what you get. Hopefully we'll be able to make some friends off of this. I look forward to working with, you know, as many people as need be, as far as, you know, getting the bus done. And when we get to travel, once we get to travel, I mean, I know a lot of y'all guys are out there, you know, doing this full time, and, you know a lot of the good spots, and, you know, I see some of the big bus gatherings and stuff that we would enjoy doing. Like I say, I'm 47, Melissa's younger, not much, a couple months, but we have a pretty good while to retire, so I don't see us doing this full time for a while. I always plan on keeping my brick and mortar home, but as far as getting out somewhere, I mean, I've even thought about taking my truck out or my bus eventually, maybe going out there to the West Coast somewhere, and, you know, parking my bus, and, you know, maybe having my son drive my truck out to where we're at. One of us drive the bus, one of us drive the truck, and park the bus somewhere in a pretty place and run the truck out of there. That's the one good thing about owning your own truck. You really don't have no limits of where you can be. You know, of course my business address is a fixed address, but where I run from doesn't really matter. I can run out of any place I want to run. So that's some things I've been pondering. So anyway, I'm not going to keep on rambling on. I'm going to make videos as I go. Hopefully y'all can forgive me with the videos. Like I say, I'm not very tech savvy as far as putting videos together and what have you, and I don't even remember the little program I use or the app I use on my phone for the videos I'm using. I know there's a lot more that I could do with them, but I just ain't learned that yet. I guess as I'm piddling, I'll probably figure out how to, you know, do a few things with the app and what have you, but as of right now, I'm just doing what I know. So hopefully throughout the build of this bus, like I say, we'll make some good friends and meet some other cool people. Not that we're cool, but maybe we'll meet some cool people, and y'all's coolness will rub off on us. Maybe that's why it's called a Skoolie, because the cool people drive the Skoolies. But anyway, hope y'all have a good rest of your day. One other thing, our bus is going to be named the Blessed Hell Ride for two reasons. The first reason is because I figure this is going to be a hell ride getting this thing together. The second reason is I'm a big Zakk Wylde fan, and he's got a song called Blessed Hell Ride, which is, it's a very good song. So I know it's a little dark for some people, but you know, it's kind of wanted to go with a bus theme that really kind of mimics our life, the ups and downs, the in-betweens. We have a good life, but you know, as everybody, we all have our trials and tribulations that we go through, and I figure this bus here is probably going to be a trial and tribulation we're going to go through. So that's why we're naming it the Blessed Hell Ride. So anyway, I'm going to quit rambling now, and hopefully one of these days we'll meet some of y'all in person, and we can reminisce about our hell ride to get where we're at. Y'all have a good day. Catch you next time, which will be soon.